Imagine a country in chaos, its people desperate, its government weak, and its future uncertain. Now picture one man rising from the shadows, promising order, strength, and the rebirth of a once great empire. But what happens when that promise turns into dictatorship, war, and ruin? This is the story of Benito Mussolini, the dictator who built and destroyed Italian fascism. Benito Mussolini was born on July 29, 1883, in Predappio, Italy. His father was a blacksmith and a socialist, while his mother was a devout schoolteacher. From a young age, Mussolini showed signs of defiance, aggression, and intelligence. He was drawn to revolutionary ideas and, as a young man, became an active socialist. But everything changed with World War I. Mussolini abandoned socialism and embraced nationalism, believing that Italy needed a strong leader. In 1919, he formed the Fascist Party, capitalizing on the frustrations of war veterans, the unemployed, and those who feared communist uprisings. He promoted the idea of restoring Italy's lost glory through discipline, militarism, and nationalism. By 1922, Italy was in turmoil. Strikes, protests, and political instability created an opportunity for Mussolini. He organized the infamous March on Rome, where thousands of black-shirted fascists demanded power. King Victor Emmanuel III, fearing a civil war, handed Mussolini the position of prime minister. It was a bloodless coup that changed Italy forever. Once in power, Mussolini wasted no time dismantling democracy. He banned opposition parties, censored the press, and created a secret police force to silence critics. By 1925, he had declared himself Il Duce, the leader. His speeches were fiery, filled with grand promises of reviving the Roman Empire. Mussolini controlled every aspect of Italian life. Schools indoctrinated children, newspapers published only state-approved news, and propaganda glorified his leadership. Italy was transformed into a one-party fascist state. Mussolini's economic policies focused on self-sufficiency, industrial expansion, and massive public works projects. He launched campaigns to increase wheat production, drained swamps to create farmland, and built grand infrastructure projects like roads and railways. However, despite these efforts, Italy's economy remained fragile, heavily reliant on state intervention. Socially, Mussolini promoted traditional family values. He encouraged large families, restricted women's rights, and emphasized obedience to the state. The fascist regime sought to mold every Italian into a disciplined, loyal citizen of Mussolini's vision. Mussolini's ambitions stretched beyond Italy's borders. He dreamed of creating a new Roman Empire, expanding Italy's influence across Africa and Europe. In 1935, he invaded Ethiopia, using brutal tactics, including chemical weapons. The League of Nations condemned the aggression, but did little to stop him. This success emboldened Mussolini. He aligned himself with Adolf Hitler, forming the Rome-Berlin Axis. Despite initial hesitation, Mussolini admired Hitler's power and sought to emulate Nazi Germany's military expansion. In 1939, he invaded Albania, furthering his imperialistic dreams. In 1940, Mussolini made a fatal mistake. He entered World War II on Hitler's side. Believing the war would be short and victorious, he sent Italian forces into North Africa, Greece, and the Soviet Union. But Italy's military was weak, unprepared, and poorly equipped. One failure followed another. The British crushed Italian forces in North Africa. The Greek campaign ended in disaster, and German support was needed to save Mussolini's troops. Italy became a burden on Germany, rather than a powerful ally. By 1943, Italy was collapsing. The Allies invaded Sicily, and Italians turned against Mussolini. The fascist Grand Council removed him from power, and King Victor Emmanuel III had him arrested. Italy surrendered to the Allies, but Hitler refused to let Mussolini go. In a daring rescue mission, German forces freed Mussolini and placed him as the leader of the Nazi-controlled Italian Social Republic in northern Italy. But he was merely a puppet with no real power. As the war neared its end, Mussolini attempted to flee to Switzerland. On April 27, 1945, Italian partisans captured him and his mistress, Clara Petacci. The next day, they were executed by firing squad. Their bodies were taken to Milan and hung upside down in a public square, a final, brutal symbol of Mussolini's fall from power. Mussolini's rise and fall serve as a chilling reminder of how dictators can manipulate fear, nationalism, and propaganda to seize power. His rule brought destruction, suffering, and ultimately disgrace to Italy. Today, history remembers him not as the saviour of Italy, but as a cautionary tale of the dangers of totalitarianism. This was the story of Benito Mussolini, the dictator who dreamed of an empire but left behind only ruins. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Thanks for watching.